Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Kpsn. It was a week full of nervous anticipation for our spring athletes as they squared off for tryouts, which began on Monday. There were many new hopefuls wishing to earn a spot on a spring roster, and a lot of veteran athletes returning to further their careers. Thank you to everyone who showed up and tried out and gave it their best. Whether you made the team or not, hopefully you can reflect on it as a positive experience. The girls lacrosse team is a very senior-heavy squad, so they will have many veterans leading the way. Last season, they finished with a stellar record of 12-2, unfortunately falling to Concord Carlisle in the first round of the state tournaments. The girls' early exit from the playoffs last year still haunts them, and they look to avenge their upset this season. Senior captains Julia Marsden and Lily Brown return as the team's leading scorers, both coming off impressive junior campaigns. Seniors Morgan Cunningham and Haley Isidorchak also returned as top scorers for the team, both coming off 30-goal seasons last year. The senior-led team is strong in all aspects on and off the field, and they look forward to another winning season after tryouts this week.
We're really excited for our season this year. We have a lot of young talent coming up from the freshmen and sophomores, and we're really hoping to make a big impact in the Hawk. Our base competitors are always Franklin, and we hope to beat them this year.
The boys lacrosse team is ready to get their season started as practices begin next week. Last season, the boys finished with a record of 10-4 with a loss to Duxbury in the first round of the Division I state tournament. The boys started off the season hot with a 4-0 record before falling to the powerhouse Franklin in back-to-back games last year. This year, the boys look to rewrite that script and defeat Franklin at least once and hopefully make a run at the state championship. The boys team is led by several upperclassmen. Junior captain James Boldy returns between the pipes as he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Hawk. Senior captain Sean Crowther returns as the team's leading scorer, finishing top 10 in the Hawk mock for goals and points last season. Senior captain Will Weiblin will also bring the intensity and athletic build on defense, while seniors Ben Riggs and Braden Thompson boost the offense at midfield. A veteran KP team with talent scattered at all positions is poised for another big winning season, which kicks off in just a few weeks.
We're excited about this year. Last year we lost in the first round of the playoffs, but we were in D1 last year. This year we're D2 and looking to make a big run in the tournament. We had to beat Franklin. As always, they're our toughest team on the schedule. Hopefully we beat Madison twice, North twice, and I think we play Medway again this year. So hopefully we have a good radio season and we move on to the state tournament.
While our spring athletes are busy preparing for their seasons, our KP grounds crew is working hard behind the scenes to ensure our athletes' success this season. Keeping the field playable through all the New England weather is no easy task. We spoke to our KP grounds crew to get some insight on all that they do to maintain what is arguably the best baseball diamond in the Hawk.
KP, I'm Joe Zahner, your facilities manager, and alongside of me is our groundskeeper, Greg Wickstrom, who has taken on all kinds of new responsibilities managing our fields and working with industry professionals to make sure that we can provide the best quality playing surfaces for all you athletes coming out this spring. We recently attended a sports turf managers conference, and we learned so much information that we wanted to bring back to KP. Do you remember some of the people that we were talking to?
Yes, we were speaking to the superintendents for Gillette, people at UConn, people with very high quality fields, and they just had all this information that we were able to steal and start adding towards our field. Things like soil engineering, knowing the exact compounds of the dirt that's bringing grass life. Ways to maintain water throughout the New England season with too much rain and super dry summers, being able to retain just the right amount of water to provide green fields but also not a muddy infield.
Yeah, so when we learned about some of those products that were available, we talked to one of our local vendors that helps us with applying some of these products. They were EPA registered safe products, green products, and one of them we use on the grass surfaces to allow water to drain through the grass, and the other one is applied on the infield skin so that we can retain moisture, but also not too much. On the flip side, if it rains, it allows water to percolate through the clay to absorb that moisture and still keep the field playable that day. So another really cool thing that we've been incorporating the past few years to our all of our grass fields is aerating, top dressing, and verticutting. Three cultural processes that involve our vendors that we work closely with that help enable better playability on our fields. Greg, do you want to tell them a little bit about those processes and what they do for us?
Yeah, so aeration, we're pulling plugs out of the dirt. That's going to allow air and water and nutrients to enter deeper into the soils, also spread them out throughout the field. Verticutting is got to be cutting up the roots, which is going to allow the plant to grow thicker and stronger. And then we always top dress with sand. All of these things allow for a softer, more consistent playing field. And a more resilient field, so it's got to do much better with a lot of play and a lot of damage.
We brought in a soil engineer this year, and so their role to help King Philip is to analyze the depths of our soil content. And to Greg's point earlier, when we do the top dressing on the fields, it might be a 2 millimeter sand, it might be a 3 millimeter sand. We might find that the area is draining too quickly and not absorbing enough water, so we'll shrink it to a 1 millimeter sand. So we're really excited to see what this spring brings with some of these processes by utilizing some of the data that we're collecting with these professionals and then incorporating that at a fraction of a cost, just because we're learning from some of these great professionals out there nearby that are very willing to help us out.
We take a lot of pride. We both love sports in general, and we love giving the best we can for all you guys to go out there and play the best you can.
After tryouts concluded on Wednesday, our baseball team is hopping straight into the action with a scrimmage on Saturday against Brockton. The team is looking very well rounded with a great combination of pitching, offense, and defense. After a fantastic season last year that was cut short falling to the state champions Zavarian, the boys are looking for revenge and their state title of their own. Senior captain Sean Legier is ready to rally his troops behind Coach Plimpton for yet another great season.
Yeah, we're excited for the spring sports to get going here. Last year we had a pretty good run. Got the first team playoff win in I think it was like 12 years or something. So we're looking to go back, maybe advance a little bit further in the tournament this year, and hoping for the best. Team's looking pretty good. So
our main goal is to win a state championship. I mean, we've been thinking about this since the end of last year. It's all that's been on our minds. We're all really excited for the season and can't wait for it to begin. Trials have been going really great. Everyone's working really hard and trying their best to get a spot on this team. It's going to be a very competitive year through and through. It's already started on Monday. The competitiveness shown by everyone at tryouts. It's just a great environment to be around.
Pretty excited for the season, honestly. I think we have a lot of potential this year. The boys been working hard. Got a lot of depth on the mound. Skill positions are being filled as practice goes on. Tryouts are finishing. Just really looking forward to the season. It's going to be a good year. Hopefully we can bring home a state title for the school.
Our softball team is also squaring up to hit the ground running. This young squad is ready for the challenging season ahead of them as they look to secure a well-earned position atop the Hawk. Captains Mia Bennett, Emma Sheehan, and Meg Sherwood are keeping the team locked in. The team will have a jamboree this weekend followed by a few scrimmages next week.
Tryouts have been going good so far this week, and we're excited for our scrimmages on Saturday as well as for our scrimmages next week.
Everyone's been looking pretty good. We're hoping to continue off the strong season we had last year and make it even farther into the playoffs this year.
Obviously last season the only team we lost to was Taunton, so this season we're looking to beat Taunton, win the Hawk, and then go on to win the state championship.
Me and Emma and the rest of the seniors are really looking to finish our last season on a high note.
With a short break after winter track and field, our runners and throwers are more than ready to get back outside for their spring seasons. With 11 senior captains combining their expertise to lead the boys and girls teams this season, the hopes are high for a Hockomock title this year. With the veteran talent and incoming freshmen, this team is ready to compete with the best. Our Warriors are scheduled to face off against the Milford Scarlet Hawks on Tuesday, April 5th for their first meet of the season. This is a great matchup to start off the season as they should be well prepared for a very tough meet against a top-ranked Taunton team for their second competition of the year.
Alright, so this is my first year doing spring track. I did winter track last winter and that was my first time. I'm looking to get some new PRs, compete with the best kids in the Hawk, maybe go to states again like I did in winter. Just looking for an overall good season.
The Celtics rolled into this week on a 4-game West Coast win streak, and fans are stoked about the way this team has come together.
I think this Celtics team has played really good as of late. They've been the best team in the league. Tatum just won Eastern Conference Player of the Week, which I think is a pretty big deal given how good some of these other guys have played, including 2 MVP candidates, Giannis and Embiid. Being able to beat them is really a big deal. He's put up 30 points in the last 3 games he's played, and
Batman. Grant Williams is there to support him, hit some corner threes. Pritchard has been on fire from three. Jaylen Brown has been playing great. Tatum and Brown just equaled Larry Bird and McHale's record for most 30-point games on the same night. And I think that's really impressive. And I see this team carrying a lot of steam into the playoffs.
After defeating the #1 seed in the Western Conference on Wednesday night, the Celtics look to extend their 5-game win streak with a big game coming up next week against Eastern Conference leaders, the Miami Heat. This could be a crucial game for seedings heading into the playoffs. Is there anyone out there with a decent bracket? That's very doubtful unless you made some really wild guesses. There were many early upsets in round 1, but did anyone have St. Peter's over Kentucky? This St. Peter's squad is one of 3 15 seeds to ever make it to the Sweet 16 in March Madness history. Despite the upsets, there are still 3 #1 seeds left in the field heading into the Sweet 16 action, which began yesterday. At this point, fans are hoping that their Final Four can stay untouched for as long as possible, if it has not already been destroyed.
Yeah, my bracket got pretty messed up after that first round. I think at the moment I'm only 52% correct, which is pretty awful. But Arizona can still come out. Hopefully they win. I mean, that's what I have as my champion, so hopefully they can pull it out.
The MLB is up and functioning once again, and the Red Sox have already made some big moves. With their new season starting for the squad on April 7th against the Yankees, Trevor Story will make his debut at second base after signing a 6-year, $140 million contract. Rafael Devers also signed a new 1-year, $11 million deal to avoid arbitration. On paper, this team looks like they can definitely do some damage this season. Are you excited or just mildly amused? Baseball has some massive problems right now, and it's not illegally stealing signs, performance-enhancing drugs, or even pitchers using foreign substances. It's a culture issue. Here's Kpsn's Max Salvatore with his thoughts on the MLB.
Baseball is called America's pastime for a reason. It used to be on top of the sports world in our country, but where did it all go wrong? In today's society, the biggest problem is a lack of media attention for baseball and its stars. If you ask the average person to name a player, they may not even be able to name anyone who still plays today. Mike Trout is a generational talent and may be one of the best players ever, but the average sports fan wouldn't know that. However, they do know about Mahomes and Doncic. Trout's teammate, Shohei Ohtani, did something no one in over 100 years of the game has. He clobbered 46 home runs and hovered around a 3 ERA in 23 starts. Not enough people realize how remarkable this is, like they should. Even if the language barrier can affect the average American relating to players like Ohtani, he is exciting and could single-handedly change the way the sport is played. Together, they occupy just 2 of 9 players in the order and can't carry a team like stars in other sports. Fernando Tatis Jr. has emerged as the face of the game. He's young, charismatic, and plays the game in an exciting way, also coupled with his team having a chance to contend. He's the type of guy the MLB needs. Anyone who says baseball is dying is flat out wrong. What they mean is baseball's cultural impact is dead. Baseball used to unite the country, like Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier, or even President Bush throwing out the first pitch of the World Series. But these times are long gone. Baseball will always have fans everywhere, but the MLB needs to figure out a solution soon before it's too late.
And one final word, this one's for you, Bennett. The month of March is National Athletic Trainer Month, and as it comes to a close, we would like to take a moment to recognize our incredible athletic trainer, Adam Bennett, for his relentless work with our athletes on and off the field. We appreciate your dedication and commitment to building relationships with our athletes. Thank you for all you do. We wish everyone the best of luck as our final season of KP Athletics for the class of 2022 gets underway. We will see you back here next week with all the updates.